How to use WordPress to create a blog. Hello guys, and welcome to this tutorial on creating a blog website in WordPress through Hostinger. In this video, we will guide you through the process of creating a blog website using WordPress, one of the most popular and user-friendly website building platform, and Hostinger, a reliable and affordable web hosting provider. WordPress is an ideal platform for creating a blog website with powerful and flexible features that make it easy to create and manage your content. Hostinger provides affordable web hosting plans that include everything you need to get started with your blog website, including a domain name, hosting space, and email accounts. In this tutorial, we will cover everything you need to know to create a blog website in WordPress through Hostinger, including how to set up your hosting account, how to install WordPress, how to choose and customize a WordPress theme, how to create and publish blog posts, and how to optimize your site for search engines. Whether you are starting a personal blog or building a blog for business, creating a blog website in WordPress through Hostinger is easy and affordable. By the end of this tutorial, you will have the knowledge and skills to create a blog website that looks great, functions well, and engages your readers. Now over here, what we are seeing on our screen is a blog website. It is an example of a blog website that focuses on food, and I think this is a very great example of a blog website that you should aim to create. This blog website is created by Lindsay over here on our About portion of our blog page over here, and this page is called pinchofyum.com. As you can see, the reason why I think this blog page we are seeing right now is a great example of what you should aim to create. It's because you would be able to navigate easily through the page when you're looking for the things that you need. For example, over here on the top right, we have the navigation bar, which includes home, about, the different recipes, and a start here button. There's also a search button over here if you are searching for a specific recipe or a specific content in the specific page. There's also a sign up option over here where you would be able to receive their recipes directly into your inbox. Now currently this is our home page, this section that we are seeing right now, and as you can see, these pictures are different hyperlinks that leads us to specific contents of this page. For example, this picture over here, this will lead us to a page that is specifically for spring type food. For example, we're going to press this, and this will redirect us to spring recipes, and it will also show us the top rated spring recipes over here, where we would be able to see how many reviews and how many stars there are. You could also easily see the title or the name of the food that is displayed over here, which is very great for a food blog website. You could also scroll through the different posts by clicking on the arrows over here, which would allow you to view more of the different options. There's also spring salad options over here, spring desserts, and spring brunch recipes. Now, I really like that feature of this blog page because it acts like a filter for specific things that you are looking for. Now we're going to go back to the home page. Now each individual picture does the same thing. It will take you to a specific page that focuses on, for example, the 5 ingredients, a quick and easy food that you can create, or salad types of recipe. It is a great way to organize and to help your viewers to find whatever they are looking for. Below here, we can see more categories that are similar to these 4 categories over here on the top. Each individual picture will redirect you to the specific page that shows this specific type of food. Let's see one more example. We're going to click on the vegan option over here, and this will redirect us like what it did earlier. It's going to redirect us to vegan recipes, food that are specifically related to the vegan category. Like earlier, we have the top rated vegan products over here. We can scroll through the different foods that is available. We have the dinner recipes, instant pot recipes, and easy vegan recipes. And if we want to go back, we can simply click over here on the home page, or we can click on the logo over here, which would allow us to go back to the home page of this specific blog. There's also a search bar over here where we will be able to search specific recipes that we are looking for. And as you can see here, when we clicked on the search bar, it will show us this pop-up over here, which would allow us to see related recipes, the latest recipes, popular recipes, and stories over here. There's also videos, which would allow the viewers to have more interaction with the page, which makes it easier for them to look for or search through the different recipes that this page have. As you can see, you could also see the hearts on the specific images to show how many people like the specific recipe posted in this page, which would allow your viewers to know that these different recipes are quality and are tested by the community. Now, when you're creating your own blog website, you should aim for something that would allow the community or the different users to also interact and contribute to each other's experience. Like what we saw earlier, we were able to see reviews for the different type of recipes, for example, like the 5-star reviews and how many people have reviewed it. And like what we saw over here earlier, we are able to see how many have liked the specific recipe, which would allow users to be able to easily navigate and see which recipes are very good. Over here, we have the different blog page that would take us to another page that focuses on this specific recipe. For example, the carrot cake coffee cake. If we click this will redirect us to the specific blog page where we will be able to see descriptions about this specific food, and like for example, the different tutorials over here, the different recipes that we have, and the instructions. There's also photo included over here so that you would be able to give your viewers a more visual view on how to do this specific recipe. As you can see, there is a lot of information over here, which is very good because you would want your audience to know what is happening, what is the different informations that are important, so that your users would appreciate how much work you are putting into your blog to inform them about that specific topic that you are tackling. Now, as you can see over here earlier, we also see this profile side over here where we are able to see information about the creator of this blog or this recipe. As you can see, it's Lindsay, like what we saw earlier on the home page. She was a 4th grade teacher and now a full-time blogger. We could also see her Instagram over here, Pinterest, Facebook, and Twitter, which would allow us to easily navigate through her social media, which is very good. There's also sign up section over here, which would allow you to receive email updates about her website. This is a very good section for an email campaign, and I suggest that you would add this to your blog also. Now we're going to go and click on the about section right now. The about section is basically the about the person who created the blog or what this blog is about. As you can see here, there's a name over here, which is Lindsay, the different description about her that she would want to share. And just like earlier, the sign up for email updates. Once again, more information about her, the backstory of this person and the blog, and many more. You could add a lot of information in the about page because in the about page, this is basically about you and the team and the blog page itself. This is where you would be able to put a lot of information that goes behind the creation of the blog. Now we also have the recipes over here, which we saw earlier, where we are exploring the different options like the vegan option. That is the same thing when we click on the recipes. This is where we will be able to see top rated recipes for the different food options that they have. There's also a more organized category over here where we are able to see popular categories and recipes by meal type, recipe by course, recipes by diet, recipes by season, and many more. As you can also observe over here on the footer, there's a lot of things that are over here like the about page, the blog page, recipe index, blogging resources, and many more. The social media platform is also here. There's also a logo over here and the email sign up once again over here. Now we're going to check out the start here option. Now over here, there's not much different on the different pages. There's recipes over here, There's buttons that would allow you to go to the specific page to create the specific meal, and there's also videos over here, different recipes, and many more. And like I said earlier, this is a very good example of a blog, and I think this is a type of blog that you should aim to create, where people are able to communicate with each other, and a blog where it is very informative and give what the viewer is looking for. Now, why are blogs important in the first place? Blogs are important tools in digital marketing strategy for businesses. They provide a means of attracting traffic to a website through creation of high-quality content that's optimized for search engines. By consistently posting informative and relevant blog posts, businesses can increase their website visibility and drive more traffic. Additionally, blogs can help brand awareness by establishing a brand's voice and personality. Blogging allows businesses to share their knowledge and expertise with their target audience, positioning themselves as industry leaders and building credibility. Blogs also provide a way to engage with customers by creating a dialogue and responding to comments and feedbacks. By doing so, businesses can build relationships with their customers and gain valuable insights into their needs and reference. Now, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to teach you a series of steps that you would need to do to create a blog just like this that we are seeing right now. I'm going to teach you how to start and where to start your creation of a blog. Now, the steps we're taking are mostly free. The only thing you're going to pay is the hosting. Now, the hosting platform we're going to use is this platform called hostinger.ph. Now, this is one of the best hosting platforms that host WordPress websites. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go to this website over here called hostinger.ph, or wherever country you are. The URL depends on where you are, so you should just search it in Google and this website should appear. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to look over here on the top right, and you're going to click on the hosting option, and you're going to look for the best WordPress hosting. This is optimized solutions for WordPress hosting. We're simply going to click this, and this will redirect us to this section that is specifically for WordPress. Now, over here we have the different WordPress hosting plan for our site. We have the single WordPress, the WordPress Starter, Business WordPress, and WordPress Pro. Now, as you can see here, there are different prices that we have available for us. Now, the first option is 49 pesos per month. This is different on different countries, but this is basically $1 US dollar, and this is 109 peso, 179 peso, and 499 peso. Now, this different plans has its own different features. For example, for our single WordPress, we only have one website that we can create. There's only 50 GB of SSD storage, 100 GB of bandwidth. There is no free domain. There is a limited free SSL, weekly backup. The performance is 0.75 GB RAM, 1 CPU core. There is no dedicated resources, no dedicated IP address. The security is Cloudflare. There is also a malware scanner. There's free bonuses, which is one email account, one free migration. There's also WordPress options where we will be able to manage WordPress acceleration, but we won't be able to use the WP CLI, WordPress multisite, WordPress staging tool, object cache for WordPress, but we are able to have a service and support section over here. For the WordPress Starter, which is currently the most popular because this is the most affordable and balanced plan that you could have, because you would be able to create 100 websites. There's also 100 GB of SSD, unlimited bandwidth. You would be able to receive a free domain. There's also a limited SSL, weekly backup. The RAM for this is 1 GB. It is also 1 CPU cores. Unfortunately, there is no dedicated resources and dedicated IP. This is only for the WordPress Pro. There's also security, the same thing as the free version. For the free bonuses, we would be able to have more free email accounts. We are also able to unlock the WP CLI and the WordPress multi-site, and the same thing with the service and support. Now for the business WordPress, there is also more things that are available. For example, from weekly backup, we would be able to have a daily backup. We would also be able to have a 200 gigabyte SSD storage. We would be able to use 1.50 gigabyte of RAM, 2 CPU cores, the same security, same free bonuses. For the WordPress options, we will be able to access the WordPress staging tool. There's also the object cache for WordPress and the same service and support. Now, the different thing with the WordPress Pro, which is $4.99 per month, is that you would be able to create 300 websites. There's a free domain. You would be able to do daily backup. You would be able to use 3 gigabyte of RAM instead of 1.5 or 1, or the 0.75 gigabyte of RAM, which is available for the 49 peso per month. You would be able to have the dedicated resources, dedicated IP address, the same security, the same bonuses, the same WordPress options with this one, and the same service and support. Now you're simply going to choose the specific plan that you would like to have. And like I said earlier, this WordPress starter is the most popular because this is the most balanced plan, which allows you to save a lot of money and also have a lot of access to the different features. Now what you're going to do is you're simply going to select the plan that you want, and then you're going to click on Add to Cart. Now over here, this will redirect us to the cart page of Hostinger, and this is where we will be able to review our plan. As you can see here, we have the first section, which is choose a period. Now as you can see here, this plan is for a 48-month duration plus 2 months free, and you will need to pay 109 peso per month. You can also see that we have a free domain for our first year on these 3 options over here. Now if you do choose this option, we would need to pay 5,000 peso, but if you don't want to pay big money upfront, you should choose the 1 month option over here, which is only 359 peso over here, and that's the only thing you would need to pay for the meantime. You would be able to change your period length on the settings later on. You can change it to 12 months, 24 months, or 48 months if you want, and you would need to pay as you change your plan. But for now, we're going to stick with this first plan over here, which is 359 peso per month. You could also change your currency by clicking on this option, where you will be able to select different countries. For example, United States, and you would be able to enter your state, city, street address, and zip code. We're going to go back to our original country for now so that we can proceed with the same settings we have. It's like this. As you can see here on the left side, we have the different payment methods. The first payment method is credit card. They accept Visa, Discover Card, American Express, and a MasterCard. You could also pay through PayPal. You could also pay through Google Pay, GCash if you are from the Philippines, PayMaya once again if you are from the Philippines, and 7-Eleven. And you could also pay through CoinGate. Now if you are from different countries, your payment methods would be different, and you should just select the one that you are available to use so that you would be able to pay for the plan that you have selected. After choosing the specific payment method, you can simply click on Submit and Secure Payment, which would allow you to purchase the specific plan. Now after completing your purchase, after finishing the process that you need to go through, you would find yourself in this HP panel of Hostinger, which is basically the dashboard or the homepage of Hostinger. As you can see over here on our screen right now, we have the setup for our single WordPress. Over here on the top, you would be able to see the different hosting, the different emails related to your Hostinger account, the different domains that you have, VPS, SSL, and the billing. Under billing, this is where you would be able to upgrade your plan if you want to change your plan later on. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our WordPress account. We're simply going to click on Setup over here on the right side of this section. We're going to click this, and we will begin creating and installing our WordPress into our Hostinger. Now over here, what we're going to click right now is the Start Now option. And over here, it's going to ask us who we are creating the website for. The first option is I'm creating it for myself, which is either for me or my business. I'm creating it for someone else. Someone is paying me to create this website, or I already have a website. Now, if you choose this option over here, you would be able to integrate your pre-existing website into Hostinger, which would allow you to edit your website through this platform over here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose I'm creating it for myself. The next question is who is creating the website? We have the option I'm building it myself, I'm hiring a developer, or the other option where you will need to enter a specific answer when you choose this option. For now, I'm going to click on I'm building it myself. Now keep in mind, if you don't want to answer any of these options or questions, you can simply click on skip. I don't want personalized experience option over here. And by clicking this, you would be able to skip through all these different questions and go straight into installing and building your WordPress account. Now, for us, we're going to go through the questions so that our Hostinger would personalize our experience to better fit our need. Now, the next questions that it is asking us is which type of website do we want to build? We have the online store, blog, business, portfolio, and other. Now we're going to select blog, which is a website for publishing articles and updates articles. Now the next question is it's going to ask us if we want help to build our website or if you don't want help. Now if you're a beginner, you can click on yes please, which would allow Hostinger to assist you as much as possible. For now, we're going to go with yes please. And after doing that, as you can see, it's going to create login details for our WordPress account. Now what you're going to need to do is you're going to enter your language, enter an administrative email, administrator password, which I'm going to do. Just like that. And then we're going to either continue, or if you want, you could skip and create an empty website by clicking on this option over here. We're simply going to click on continue. And over here, it's going to ask us if we want to add plugins to our website. Now you can simply skip this later and you could add them later on the WordPress website. So right now we're going to skip this for now. And over here, it's going to ask us different templates that we can use. Now you could select any of these options. As you can see, when you hover over them, you would be able to see these two options to either select the specific theme or preview this specific theme. When you click on preview, you would be able to see an example of the template that you have chosen. There's also a home page over here, patterns, blog, contract, and the different social media options over here. There's also different view settings on the top wherein you could view it on a tablet form, a mobile form, and the basic one which we saw earlier, the desktop form. And if you want to select the specific template, you can simply click on select and continue over here on the top right. Now we're simply going to go back, and you can select any of this that you want if you don't want to create a website from scratch. You can also click on show more over here, which will show you more options for you to choose from. You can keep on clicking show more and you would be able to see a lot of different templates that you could use for yourselves. Now for now, we're going to skip and click on I don't need a template. Now over here on this part where we get to name our website, we have these two options over here. Because my plan is the first option that we saw earlier, which is the 49 peso per month, we are not given a free domain, so we're going to have to buy a domain for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to enter a desired name that we would like to have. For example, this one that I typed earlier. Then we're going to click on search. And as you can see, the domain is already taken, but this is going to show us the available Coffee World domains that we have right now. And as you can see, there is a lot of options that we can use. For now, we're going to use this one, which is coffeeworld.tech. We're going to click on buy now. And as you can see, we have the 3-year options, 2-year option, and the 1-year option. We're just going to go with the 1-year option right now, and then we're going to click on confirm. And as you can see, the domain is added. Our payment is pending, and we would be able to complete the domain purchase after our website setup. So what we're going to do next is we're going to click on our button that says next step. Now over here on the finishing part, we're going to select our server location. Currently it's in Asia, Singapore. When you click this, you would be able to choose any server location that you want. For example, we have India, there's also France and United Kingdom, there's also North America. You could simply click on this option over here and you would be able to see the different options that we have under our screen. Now, after choosing, you can simply click on the change button over here and you would be able to change your location. Now, our domain name is coffeeworld.tech. We could change this once again by clicking this, and we would go back to this section over here. So we're simply going to go with what we did earlier. And we're going to go back to where we are. Continue once again. And now what we're going to do is we're going to click on finish setup. And just like that, as we are seeing right now, our WordPress account is being created. And as you can see here on the bottom part of the page, we can see the progress bar of how fast it is being created. There's also a quick video over here where it's going to show us a bit of a guide on how we could use our Hostinger account. So we're just going to wait for it to finish. And just like that, our Hostinger is finished and ready. As you can see here, we have the pending domain purchase over here. To complete this, we can simply click on this option over here, which would redirect us to the cart page where we will need to finish our purchase for our domain. We could also click on view website over here and the control panel over here. Now what we're going to do first is we're going to click on manage site, which would allow us to see the control panel of Hostinger for our specific domain. As you can see here on the top, we have the coffeeworld.tech domain over here. And over here, this is the dashboard or the HP panel for our specific domain or website that we have. As you can see here, we have our single WordPress as active. We have our domain where we can manage it. We have the free email, which is active right now. We have the daily backup, but is currently disabled. We can also see our file manager over here. By clicking that, we would be able to access the file manager of Hostinger, where we will be able to upload the different photos, for example, different files that we have that we would be able to use later on when we use WordPress. We're going to leave this alone for now, but like I said earlier, this is where you're going to upload your different images so that you would be able to easily access them later on when creating your WordPress blog website. Now over here, we're going to go back. We can also see that we have the database over here, auto installer. We could also see that we have our hosting over here, performance, security, emails, the domains, our different websites, our files, database, advanced settings. When we click this, we can see the DNS zone editor, PHP configuration, and many more. We also have the account settings over here. Now, when we click our website name over here, we could add more websites so that we would be able to manage our different websites. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to click on the see details under the single WordPress option over here. And over here, we would be able to see different details about our website. Now, earlier, we selected an empty template, where we didn't select any templates from the option, so we're going to check out what our current website looks like by pressing on the preview my website over here. And as you can see, this is the preview of a website by a customer of Hostinger. It looks like this because we didn't really choose a template from earlier. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to open our WordPress editor. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to click on the auto installer over here on the right side. We're going to click this, and we would be able to see these different options that we have. What we're going to click on is the WordPress option over here. We're going to select this, and we're simply going to see this is where we will be able to install WordPress into our Hostinger account. Now we're going to select a website title. We're going to go with Coffee World that we chose earlier for our domain. We can see here we have our administrator email, which is our email. We have the username over here. We could change this to whatever we want. And we also have the administrator password over here. Then we can also click on advanced over here. Oh, there's an issue with our password. We're going to edit that just like that. And we could also see advanced settings over here, where we will be able to select installation path and choose the data page, and choose the data page, and choose the database. So we're simply going to click on next. Now over here, it's going to ask us what application version we would like. When we click this, we have different versions over here. We could also select our language that we would like to have. We could see the requirements that we need. Right now we have 55 MB, which is available for us. Our max PHP version is also here. You could also see our update schedule over here. We could update it only to minor version, turn off automatic application updates, or always update to latest available version. We're not going to touch any of this for now, and we're simply going to click on install. Now we're simply going to wait for our WordPress to finish installing. And just like that, WordPress has been installed to our Hostinger. And as you can see, there are changes in our dashboard. Now we have this options called core over here, and there are settings that we would need to enable. For example, the first thing we would need to enable is the force HTTPS. We're simply going to click this option over here. It is not available for me right now because our domain is not pointing to Hostinger. The next thing we need to enable is the light speed, which is currently enabled. The next thing you're going to need to do is install your SSL certificate. Currently it's installing, so we're going to wait for this to finish. You could also install another WordPress if you would like to install another one. There's also daily backup over here on the right side, our database information, and this edit website section over here, which we are going to click on later on after our SSL certificate finish installing. Now, while waiting for the SSL certificate to finish installing, we're going to check out if we can edit our website right now. We're simply going to click on this button that says edit website. And as you can see, the message is showing us that our access has been denied. Now remember earlier when we bought the coffeeworld.tech domain, we haven't fully finished the payment process for the coffeeworld.tech domain. So what we're going to do is we're going back to Hostinger, and you're simply going to click on your billings over here, and you would need to settle your payment for the domain that you have selected. Now after doing that, this will appear on your screen. This is what happens after you paid for your domain. So right now we're going to finish our domain registration. On the first number, we have to select the primary details. We can choose the country. We're going to put in our country, which is the Philippines. And then we could choose if it's for a personal use or a company or an organization. We're going to select the personal use for now, then click on next step. And then over here, we will need to put our contact details, our first name, last name, email, and then our region. We're going to put it here, Baguio. Then we're going to put in our address, Baguio City, and then our zip code, 2600. Then our phone number. Then click on finish registration. And as you can see, our coffeeworld.tech domain is being registered. We're once again going to wait for this. And just like that, our contact information is under review. We will be informed about our domain registration status in a short while. Now it says here, meantime, you can start creating our website. This means that we would be able to create our website by clicking on this button over here. But we're going to continue over here to see what happens so we don't make any mistake. As you can see, our domain is pending verification. I'm going to check if I receive an email verification. And as you can see here in our Gmail, we receive an email from Hostinger about our domain. We're simply going to click on the validate link over here. And we're going to have a verification on this page over here. We're simply going to do all the process we need. And just like that, our email has been verified. We're going to go back over here and we're going to see if it's going to fix our pending domain. And as you can see over here, our email has been verified and our domain is fully finished. Now we're going to go back to our overview over here. And the next thing we're going to make sure is our SSL certificate has finished installing and that we are able to enable this section over here, the force HTTPS. This should be enabled. And after making sure that all of those are finished, we can simply click on edit website. And just like that, we are now able to access our WordPress editor. Now, as you can see, this is our Hostinger section over here where we can upload our logo, create logo, customize our page, and many more options over here like the upload an image, edit heading, edit post description, and add a new page. Now, I'm going to give you a quick tour on our WordPress if you are unfamiliar to the WordPress. And I'm going to remind you guys once again that aside from the Hostinger, we are not going to pay for anything else. If you are using the usual WordPress, you would need to pay for a lot of things to access a lot of features, for example, the plugins. So right now, we're going to give you a quick tour. We're going to check out our dashboard for our WordPress. And over here, as you can see, we have a lot of tools here like the WPS forms, quick graphs, site help, WordPress event and news, at glance, and activity. Now, if you don't want to see all of this in your homepage, you can simply click on our screen options over here on the top. And you could disable all of these things that we are seeing so that our homepage would be very clean. And just like that, we have nothing on our dashboard. If you want to add something, you can simply click on the screen options once again and click on whatever element that you want to see. For example, our site health status and activity. And over here, you would be able to see this, and then you can simply rearrange them by dragging them just like that. Now, the next thing we're going to check out is the post over here. This is where we will be able to manage our different posts, our different page, just like this. And we could edit all of this information by clicking on this. For example, we can do bulk actions, we could edit, we could move to trash, we could check out the dates, categories, have filters, we could search our different posts over here. We could edit our post by hovering over here. For example, we would be able to edit, quick edit, crash or view the specific post. You can also see when this was published, and we could also add a new post by clicking on the add new over here. And this is where you would be able to see a specific block editor. Right now, we're not going to deal with this for the meantime, so we're going to go back over here on the media. This is where you would be able to upload your different photos, your different videos, so that you would be able to access them easily when you're creating your website. This is basically your media library, like the name suggests. This is where you should upload your files so you can access them with ease. Now, the next thing we can check out is the different pages. This is where you would be able to see and control your different pages that you create. If you want to create a new page, you can simply click on the add new option over here. You could also see which pages are published or draft. You could also select bulk action if you want to edit or move to trash, and you would be able to select multiple at once. You could also see the date it was modified and the title over here. Now, we can also see the comments that is being done on our WordPress. As you can see right now, we have this comment over here from WordPress.org. But if, for example, someone commented in your website, you would be able to see your comments over here also. And you could add a response to the specific comments. Now, there's also WP forms over here on our plugin section. So for now, we're going to check out the appearance. Now, over here in the appearance, this is a very important section for WordPress because this is where you would be able to select what your website would look like. This is where you would be able to edit and customize your themes so that you would be able to edit how you would like to present your different website. You can click on the editor over here if you want to start editing your website. There's also plugins over here. Plugins are basically extra features for your website. For now, we're going to delete most of this. We're going to click on apply. We're going to click on, for now, we're going to delete most of this. So we're going to select most, and we're going to disable everything aside from Hostinger and Live Speed Cache. And this is a plugin that you could use. Later on, we're going to change this plugin, and we're going to click on this section over here and then click on delete, and we're going to apply, click on OK, and this will remove all the different plugins that we are not going to use. We're going to disable this one also, select that, and we can also disable the WP form slide, and we're going to leave this alone for the meantime. We're going to go back to this section later on. We can also check out the users of our WordPress account. Currently, it's just me, and my role is an administrator. We could add more users so that we could have more people editing our website or checking out and managing our website. We can also click on tools over here, where we will be able to import, export, check out the site health, export personal data, erase personal data, theme file editor, plugin file editor. There's also settings over here, where we could change our site settings, our tagline, our URL, site URL, administration email, and many more. We could also edit settings for writing, reading, discussion, media, permalinks, and privacy and live cache. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to suggest you a theme that you should use. So we're going to go to appearance, and we're going to click on add a new theme over here. And over here, this is where we will be able to choose from countless of many themes that you could use to create your website. You could choose any of these themes, and then you could simply edit the content, change the photos, change the message into the content into your own website. Now, I'm going to suggest a very good theme that you should use, and we're going to click on our search bar for themes, and we're going to search Flux, just like this, and we're simply going to choose this option over here. You could check out the details and preview this by clicking on the middle, and over here we will be able to see information on the left side about the specific theme, and this is our preview for our Flux theme. Now this is a very good theme. Why? Because this is very fresh, and you would be able to use this to create many types of websites. As you can see here, blogs, profiles, business, agency, and many more. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click on install, and we're simply going to wait for our Flux theme to finish installing. And after installing, we're going to click on activate, and it's going to ask us to install the Flux Core plugin. We're simply going to click this. We're going to wait for it to finish its process. As you can see, it's also installing Elementor for us. So we're going to wait for it to finish. It's currently activating our Elementor. And just like that, the installation is complete. Now, the next thing we're going to check out is our plugins. We're going to click on plugins. And as you can see right now, our WordPress has been refreshed. And currently, we are now seeing this section called Flux. This is where we would be able to see and customize more information about our Flux theme that we have just installed. We have the customization, the demo importer, template kits, plugins, tutorials, feedback, status systems, and updates. There's also change logs over here, some help service, documentation, and subscription. As you can see, Elementor has also been enabled. As you can see, the plugin Elementor has also been installed. We're going to check this out, and we would be able to see our settings for the Elementor. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to go back to our plugins. And as you can see, Hostinger is enabled also, and the Flux Core elements. Now, we're going to add more plugins by clicking on the Add New section over here. And I'm going to suggest you plugins that you should have for your WordPress. And I'm going to suggest you plugins that you should add into your WordPress website editor. so that you would be able to create amazing blogs later on. Now what we're going to search in our search bar over here is MC4WP. And we're going to install this version over here, the MailChimp for WordPress. We're simply going to click on install now. Now, what is this plugin over here? This plugin allows us to manage different emails coming in into our website. This is where we will be able to gain audience in our email campaign and basically manage every email related content. We're going to activate this, and just like that, our MailChimp is activated. The next plugin we're going to choose is Contact Form 7. Go to search this, and we're going to install this plugin over here called Contact Form 7. This plugin is a contact section. This plugin will add a contact section into our website, and I think this is a very simple and amazing plugin compared to the WP forms that we saw earlier. So I'm going to suggest that you use this one instead. We're going to click on install now, and we're going to click on activate. And after that, we're going to add another plugin. And the next plugin we're going to add is Rank Math. I'm going to search this, and we're going to install this Rank Math SEO over here. Now, this will allow you to monitor your SEO ranking for your website. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on install now, and we're going to click on activate. Now, those are all the plugins that I would suggest that you have for your website. We're going to check out Rank Math SEO over here. We're going to click on this section on the left side, and we're going to set up our Rank Math account. We're going to connect our account over here, and we are going to either log in into our Rank Math, but if we are not a member yet, which I am not, we're going to click on register now. And I'm going to use my WordPress account that we have, and we're going to approve, click on OK, activate. And now we would need to do the series of steps to finish setting up our Rank Math account. Now over here, it's going to ask us if we are an easy user, advanced user, or a custom mode over here, but this is for pro. Right now we're simply going to go with easy, which would allow us to change basic and let Rank Math do most of the heavy lifting. After that, we're going to click on start wizard, and over here we're going to choose our information, which is a personal blog or any of this option that you would like to use. Our website name, we could add an alternative name. Person, organization, we could add a logo for Google. We're going to try uploading one. We're going to select this, and just like that, we have our logo over here. We're going to use this file, and we could also add a default social share image. If you have an image, you can simply upload over there. We're going to save and continue, and over here we're going to need to connect our Google services or Google Analytics. We're simply going to connect Google service, and over here we're going to continue. And after connecting your Google services, we're simply going to ignore this for now, and we're going to click on save and continue. And just like that, our Rank Math has finished. So we're going to go back to our dashboard, and over here we will be able to see our AMP, our analytics for our website, the content AI, instant indexing, link counter, local SEO, and many more. There's also podcasts over here. Now, the next thing you can do is you can simply start beginning and create your pages for your blog website. Now, we're going to go to our appearance and click on customize. Now, over here, you can simply edit and create your blog website to however you would want. If you have a pre-existing website, you can base on those specific website by copying and pasting it over here. You could use all the plugins that I suggested earlier, like the contact forms, which would allow you to have a contact form that you can easily manage into your website. You could use also the Elementor settings from earlier. After creating your website, you can simply click on publish over here on the top left, and just like that, it's published. We're going to check out our domain. We're going to copy our domain link over here on the top. We're going to open it, and as you can see, this is our domain right now. And like you would usually do on the original WordPress, you can simply edit and create your blog website however you want. You could use other themes if you don't like the Flux theme, and I'd use all the different plugins that I have suggested. Now, the reason why we use Hostinger is, like I said earlier, WordPress is very difficult to use. On their original website, you would need to pay for a lot of things so that you would be able to use and manage different websites. By using Hostinger, you would be able to have a very dependable host for your WordPress website, and you would also have your own domain that you could use for yourselves. And that's it, guys. That's how you can set up Hostinger and use this to create your own WordPress blog website. And that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.